Back?
Are we live?
Are we live?
No, I was gonna say, okay, so we just took a break, and just before I took that break, like, just before we got back, I quickly got up and, like, just ran what I needed to do and just run back to start recording again, because I need to ask Paul some questions. First off, I pulled something that you do all the time, Paul, to me, where I'll ask you something and you'll just say yes, where I'm like, oh, have you seen Dragon Ball? And you're like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, don't you love that part with Demon King Piccolo when he kills the dragon and all this shit? And he's like, what? You know, like, you tend to just say yes to things, like, you don't really, you know, interpret the question, like, you interpret, like, the first and last word, you know? I'm like, guys, what? Do you just hear every other word? And you're just like, guys, what? Every word? What? What does that mean? You know? Like, you just tend to do that to me. And I realize I did that to you just now, because you said, hey, you know that app where they added, you know that app with all the Crash Bandicoot emojis? And I just go, yeah. And he's like, well, they added Coco now. And I'm like, wait a minute. There's an app where they have Crash emojis? Explain this. Explain yourself.
There's nothing to explain, you just explained it.
Explain it.
But with Crash faces.
What the fuck is it called?
Crash emoji.
And what the hell's the point?
Crash makes funny faces.
I was gonna ask, why were there little spots that you would go off on the side in, like, the first monkey?
The bunkie?
Yeah.
Ben and Jerry's Funky Monkey?
I'm not sure. Like, areas where there was Wumpa Fruit and stuff like that?
Yeah. I remember...
That was, like, to avoid the barrels, but you don't really need to, because you could just spin them.
I remember a long-ass time ago, Pat and Jump Button did a commentary on the original Crash 2.
Playstay.
Yeah. And they were talking about that, saying they probably didn't mean for you to be able to spin the logs. Or did they?
Yeah, but you just can for some reason.
Yeah.
They have, like, an animation where they, like, tumble away, you know? I don't know about that in the original, but I know in this game. It's weird. This level is badass. This is my favorite level in Crash 2.
Bears
cool.
are bad
Giant
news.
fucking polar bear.
Yeah. If anything, I actually think,
happen.
I'd say this is something they got right. He looks a lot more menacing in this, as opposed to PS1. He still was scary on PS1. And he has the cooler sounds on PS1, but he looks cool too. He looks cool here too, you know what I mean?
I think it's the mouth.
The mouth. Still
Christ.
badass. I fucking love it.
He is very...
Like, that's like one of the coolest parts in the original is, like... I remember when I played it, like... And I remember, like, whoa, like, it scared the shit out of me, where every time you do this, in Crash 1, every time you run forward, a boulder starts chasing you, and in Crash 2, first 2 times you do it, every time a boulder starts chasing you, and then in this level you expect the same shit, and then a giant bear shows up, and you're like, WTF, I'm gay now.
Good way
You know,
to
it's
subvert
crazy.
your expectations.
Totally
Am I right?
subversive. Yeah.
Can
Anyway,
I
what I just did right there, I just spun the nitro before I went into here, because it makes it a lot easier.
Oh shit, guns.
Also, best song right here.
I like that part.
Yes, it's good shit. Good shit, Monica. Good shit. They make little... Is that just me, or are they making little sounds, those bullets? Like,
They didn't do that in the original.
I want to say I do like the designs they have for some of these little animals just moving around. The turtle with, like, the 2 saws on its back.
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, a lot of enemies make, like, weird sounds now. Like those little armadillos. If that's what this was.
So did you guys know when you first played that you could body slam these guys?
I knew that.
Yeah, same.
I never knew that for, like, the longest time.
Dumbass.
Pleb.
Yeah.
Yeah, he deserved that. I'm sorry. Me and Paul, that was some good team synergy right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played 2 last.
Don't because it'll make your mic clip. But just like air high five me, okay? You know, air high five me. Like, don't actually hit anything, because then it will clip, and then it will be hard to edit out.
I feel like I'm getting ganged up on now.
Yeah. Getting beater.
This is bullying.
This is rape.
Stop.
This is rape! You're raping me!
This man sexually harassed me.
That's what you get.
I'm gonna get out of this car and I'm gonna walk to that house.
I'm gonna get out of this
No,
car,
you're
walk to
not-
the house,
you're not
I'm
allowed
gonna play
to
some
leave.
Crash Bandicoot.
Play some Crash on the PlayStation 7.
The PlayStation 4.
Cortex,
Dude, so
I'm gonna
I
leave
finally
this
got...
room.
You know what's gay?
Traps.
Yes. You know what else is gay? It's funny, I was actually gonna say traps, so I'm glad we, good team synergy, Andrew.
Did it.
Air high five. Yeah.
That was an epic win.
The face of an epic win. Yes,
of an
precisely. This is just evolving into shit. We need to get back to something to talk about. So I finally got because it's my favorite game ever at this point, I've decided. Oh my god, okay, I just want to say, that is the coolest fucking shit. That is some, like, Dragon Ball Z level dope shit that happens right there, where you're running through this level, and then the fucking polar bear shows up. That's the coolest shit. It's a shame this section is so short, but I suppose
Even
it's
Crash was like, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what he was doing for a second. And then I realized, oh, he's gonna jump on the bear.
that's the fucking coolest shit.
And the daddy bear just...
That's one
Oops,
thing that I think
baby
that they
bear.
improved, is the fact that he has a unique animation now. He like, looks at you and gives thumbs up. Well, in Crash 2, he looked behind him and did, like, hey, I'm gonna jump on this polar bear now, But it was like he was looking behind at no one.
He uses the animation as if you were playing Barrett. Kinda odd that they
Yeah, it's
overlooked
very
that. But whatever.
A major change for the remakes. This warp room is accessible easily now.
So that's pretty cool.
It's harder to see the shit in the background, though, which is kind of disappointing.
No, it's not there.
Oh, it's
That's
not
something
there.
that's disappointing. Yeah.
Okay.
Originally on PS1, you could see the Island 2 from Crash. From Crash 1, you could see the second island. But now it's just not there.
Couldn't you see all 3 islands?
I don't remember. I know you could see Island 2, and that's it. I don't remember if you could see the others.
I'm pretty sure you could see the others. Huh. That's a little disappointing they're not here.
Yeah, they're not. They're just not there.
Sad.
Which is a shame. It didn't even need to be detailed. They could have put them, like, further in the background, but just have them there, It's like, it's a shame. Must have just, like, I guess it's just rushed, It's like lack of polish in a lot of areas.
Rushed.
Brushed. Tiny penis. Here he is. I was gonna say something before.
He looks really
Before
fucking
before
goofy.
I get. He looks good though. He looks fine. He always looked goofy.
I like Tiny's design. I also like his voice actor.
Yeah, that's the one thing I was gonna say. Is he sounds better than he does in Crash 3.
In the original.
Like,
In Crash 3,
yeah.
he sounded more muffled, like, ooga.
because if you don't know, it was just Crash's voice actor that they just put like an effect on his voice.
Really?
Like, yeah, they just like, I believe like he said it in like an interview that he gave like one time to like a fan or something. He said like, it was just him just talking like this, and they just put an effect on it. Like they just like pitch shifted it down. But in this, it's an actual voice actor.
He sounds more clear as well.
More clear? I'm upset, Paul. I'm upset. I suppose
You're
I am a
upset.
hypocrite because I was saying, me and you. But,
I do really like his animations for this boss fight.
yeah, they look good. I was just gonna say something, though, before I got distracted by how that awesome part with the polar bear. Because it's fucking awesome. I got distracted. I was gonna say something before. I don't know. It'll come back to me.
Funny thing you can do in the original here is, if you jump right before you do the little victory animation.
He'll do his animation, he's just standing in midair.
Yeah, you jump on Tiny. I thought that was amusing.
The B levels!
These are like your favorite, right?
Yes! And they look so good.
You're so
The
good.
music's great.
Great? Yeah, it is. It's good.
Crash had an animation, a death animation for when those hit him. The plants like bombs.
Does he not do it in this remake?
I think he just gets turned into an angel.
Oh.
But like in the original, like he'd like hold his chest.
A bit too gruesome.
Yeah, it looked like.
It looked like he got shot in the chest.
Yeah.
During the war.
Yeah.
Oh, man down!
Rape of Nanking shit, you know.
We haven't gotten to the actual like B part yet. But does anyone else notice they kind of like function a bit differently in this?
The bees are a bit more.
Why do you remember what I was going to say? I remember what I was going to say. I finally got a copy. Crash Team Racing, my favorite game ever. Finally got a Japanese copy of that game. Crash Bandicoot Racing. But I need a Japanese PS1 to play it. Or I could do like, you know, I mean, I'm going to get Japanese PS2. Or I could do like one of those mod chips or like, you know, get like, you know, use like the trick where you open it. But I don't feel like doing that. Because I just don't want to. I want to be legit. I'm a true capitalist.
Also, Crash spins with his feet now when he's on the ground instead of just grabbing his fists.
But I just wanted to bring that up. I got that Japanese shit, you know?
I've got all the Japanese versions except for Sane Trilogy, which I do need to get.
Because Paulie D, you're a collector. You collect all the Crash shit. Collector. And you have... Isn't yours like the biggest in the world at the moment? Of Crash shit?
I think so.
Can you verify that?
I wish I could, but there's not many Crash collections by people, you know? Not sharing theirs.
Do you have like, the old
I know there's one video on YouTube of some person with a Crash collection, but it's all like copies of the same game. Like, not really much of, you know, actual merchandise.
Yeah.
How many of the action figures do you have? The Resaurus ones.
The Resaurus ones?
Resaurus.
I have all of them.
Bitch.
Wow. I remember buying those as a kid, and they always fucking break.
I remember my first.
Pat had a really good video on those.
Amazing.
Yeah, he brought that up too. They like were made out of this really fucking cheap material that just broke super easily.
Yeah, I never had those figures.
It was. I remember getting my first one. It was like a day before my younger brother's like 4th birthday. So me, my dad, and my mum drove to Toys R Us to get him like some builder's playset or something. And my dad just randomly said like, "Do you want to look for one of those Crash figures you talked about?"
Probably sound just like that too. Oh, Paul, you want to go get one of those Crash figures? Got some Crash figures.
I actually went to the Crash section.
The brash section.
It was crowded. There was like loads of people there trying to get one.
Loads of money? Yeah.
Loads of money.
Loads of money. Yeah.
Are they making Crash figures again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Made by NECA this time.
Yeah.
I don't know how you pronounce it.
Made by Meta Knight? Who?
Meta Knight.
It's the company's like spelled NECA. I don't know how you pronounce it.
Yeah, NECA. Yeah, they're pretty popular for making
damn NECA
figurines. That's how I pronounce it.
Damn
the
NECA.
current Crash figures they're making is a standard Crash.
They're
remaking the Jetboard Crash figure.
What about the jetpack
one? Got ignored
one?
in my own fucking video.
Yes, there is also a jetpack one.
Hell yeah.
We're not sure when that's getting released.
It's fucking embarrassing.
What are you...
Andrew.
What?
So how about that? They remade the games, now they're remaking the action figures.
Andrew.
Good. What?
I said Salt NECA.
Yeah.
What's up, NECA?
What's up, NECA? Necker.
Fucking
NECA aren't the only Crash figures. Like,
are there other ones coming out?
Released recently are the Totakus. Which are like amiibos, but...
Why do you say Totaku?
Like
it's Totaku, obviously.
Whatever. I'm holding the Totaku Crash figure right now, and it looks really good.
You look really good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I wish I could say the same for you, but...
I need to shave. This shit I hated when I was little. I like couldn't play this level because that shit. When they go at you, I feel like they were faster on the original. Like they come at you really fucking fast.
Yeah.
Those things.
They fucking scared me the first time I played.
They're like in Naruto run at you. Approaching the sound barrier. You know? Wasn't that like a game that Vinesauce played?
Vinny?
Yeah, Vinny from Vinesauce played.
I like that guy.
Yeah, he played like some M&M racing game, and they go, approaching the sound barrier. This level, I remember, was very hard to do for some reason. Like, with no deaths. Like, the reason why I had, like, the mask was because, like, I just did this level over and over again until it gave me the mask. Or I, like, left to do another level, and then... No, I think that's how I did it. I left, like, went to another level to get some masks, and then came back.
I had no problems.
Yeah, I had a lot of trouble with this one, like, doing it no deaths. Like, obviously you don't have to do that to complete it, but, you know, like, I wanted to go the extra step. Those like, robotic, like, little rat things look really weird. They're a lot bigger, you know, like...
It's because of the armor.
They're a lot bigger, though, you know what I mean? Like, they weren't that big, like, they were flat, almost, on
Their
PS1.
death animation is kind of lazy. Like, you just jump on them and then they shrink.
This shit was, like, so annoying. Like, doing those jumps gave me severe anxiety.
I hate these boxes.
Why? These are easy.
Well,
it's the nitros
I never did it.
There's only 5.
I never did it the way you did it.
Like this?
Like, I just go in between them and do it that way.
Why?
Because I'm stupid.
Why? You're just making it hard.
You should know this by now.
I mean, yeah, but I didn't figure for you to be that stupid. If you just saw right there, that nitro jumped really high. Like, maybe those will... Yeah, see, like, they're jumped... Like, that one! That jumped really high. It's like, it's totally unnecessary.
It's only ever been a problem for me in the space levels.
Oh, yeah, there's one section I remember they
Yeah.
they really are a pain. Gay.
I don't get that. Like, when they
Why?
decide to go down.
Well, it's explained now. Like you can see the water filling it up.
Really?
Yeah. You look at the platforms.
Shit, I think that was the last one. Like, I think that was, like, this is the last level, so I won't get to see that again. Oh, well, I'll get to see it in the time trial? Nah. It's a shame. I wish I was paying more attention. That's cool. There's a lot of nice little subtle details. Like, one thing I like is the fact that you could see the Wumpas inside those bouncy crates now.
That was actually a detail. That was actually in the originals.
Really?
Yeah.
When?
But because of the texture being such low quality, you really can't see it unless you look really closely.
I'm pretty sure they were shown in the original. Just hard to notice.
That's crazy. No way. Yeah, he pulls them out of, like, every orifice.
Pulls them out of his ass.
Coco's, like, laptop will turn into a gem.
Oh, yeah, it is! I'm just looking at a picture now. That's crazy. It's crazy. Never noticed that. That's really cool.
Vicarious Visions did their homework.
Yeah, see her face was like, ah, before she disappeared. They're very awkward in this. I don't know why.
I think they're well animated enough.
I mean, like, yeah, it's just kind of awkward, you know, it's strange. So it shows a surprising lack of Polish. There's no Polish in this game, because it's racist.
God damn.
Yes. Digging it.
We're going for
Yay.
the gems now for this level.
This is one of the most annoying gems in this game.
It's pretty
Especially
hard.
doing this no deaths took fucking forever. Because again, like, doing it no deaths, is not a requirement. Like, you don't, like, you could die as many times as, like, after you've reached the death route, you can die as many times as you want. I just went the extra step because I'm awesome. Know what I mean?
I really like how those moving tiki enemies look in the remake.
Yeah, they look good. Very faithful to how they looked before.
Nicely animated.
Remind me, in Crash 1, was it like every level that if you died you couldn't get the gem?
If you died after the checkpoint.
Okay. Because I know
you can die as many times as you want before the checkpoint.
Because I know in the remake, they got rid of that, didn't they? It's only for, like, the colored gems.
And again, it's the same rule, it's after the checkpoint. If you die before... You can die as many times as you want before a checkpoint, but after the checkpoint, then your deaths are counted. This is interesting. I don't remember if I go for them. There's some, like... I don't think I do. Yeah, I clearly don't.
I can't reach those.
I did, like, once. They're very hard to do.
Reach what?
They weren't hard in the original.
There are lives up top. Like, they're hidden. Like, if you see, like, really close, like, when the platform went up, you could see, like, those, like, metal crates.
I saw
there are lives on top of there. But they're just lives, so it's all optional, but, you could go for those. I got them, like, one time. It's very hard to do.
So what's your strategy for this part?
Not die.
Don't get stoned.
Like, you just don't...
I got rid of these guys.
Those guys can hurt you still, even if you body slam them, which is a bit annoying.
This just depends on where
that was that way in the original as well. And it depends on what part of them you hit. You need to be in the center. Which is dumb, but whatever. It seems like needlessly precise if you ask me.
Bees are going extinct and Crashes is spinning them away.
I wouldn't have gotten the checkpoint then.
Well, again, it doesn't really matter because I'm doing it with no deaths.
I'm just saying, if, you know...
No, but that wouldn't even be necessary, though, because, like... You know, I would, like, if I was going to do deaths, I would death warp. You know?
Right. Wait, are there any boxes on this path?
Yeah, in the beginning.
Okay.
After that checkpoint, there are no boxes. I don't remember if there are any at the end, but, you know, I did my homework as I was recording this footage, so you'll see it if there are. I don't think so, though.
Oh. You made it look so easy.
Yeah. Well, because this was like my 50th fucking attempt. I mean, not literally, but there were a lot of attempts before that one. I made it look easy because, you know, you're only seeing my perfect runs of every level. My perfect cell.
With the bees, it's a bit harder to tell how close they are to you in the remake.
Yeah.
I never had that issue.
I don't think...
Like, it never costed me any lives, but...
I don't think it really matters.
Still a bit daunting.
I just realized that. Why does he spin with his feet instead of his hands? Seems like an unnecessary change. Seems like they didn't want to animate his hand. You know? Don't you feel like that?
I think
it looks funnier. That's his feet.
I still think
I like the way it was his hand. I thought
because he's just like swatting things away, like get out of here.
I know. I thought it was so funny with his hand. He's like, meh. He's like, get away. Yeah, get away.
What I used to like to do when I was a kid. I would like dig, then go under the beehive.
Oh yeah, my favorite part.
And like keep spinning with the hand to make it look like there's a swarm of bees.
That's it. I'm getting me mallet.
Yeah, there's Eustace.
No. Eustace. No, see the thing is, they gave him a mustache in the remake.
Yeah,
so
which is
now
a shame.
I associate him with Mario because of the red overalls.
Yeah, he's not Eustace anymore.
Yeah, that is weird.
No.
What about we got both gems?
Nope.
I like how it's the two gems and the crystal in the middle, so it's like the balls and the peep. You know?
Yes,
really mature.
I made that connection as well every time I played.
Oh, here it is. Here's the most annoying gem in this fucking game.
It's less annoying now because now you can see that one missing crate.
No, it's worse because of the shitty ice physics. Also, the you can't use the exploit to, you know, you can't do that exploit to skip the death rat boxes. Do you know about that?
I didn't realize there was an exploit.
Yeah, basically, like there's a little part where the crates are counting up You know, like when you leave a bonus round, you know, like the crates, like there's a part where they show you, you know, like if you go to get like the crates in a bonus round, you know, they show the crates being subtracted from the bonus rounds total into your overall like level total, you know? So what happens is in Crash 2, if you die before that animation, like before that's finished, so like it's still tallying up all of your bonus round crates, you retain all the crates that you already had. So you end up getting extra crates. And it is possible to get like 156 out of 155, and if you do that, you won't get the gem. So that's pretty funny.
Huh.
It's interesting. It was only present in the original. It was fixed in this.
You get exactly the right amount of crates.
Yeah. If you notice, the reason why I have like all these masks is because I just did this level. I just like went to another level and just got like masks, you know. So it was easier.
It's recommended that you have masks going into this.
That's what I would do. Because this one's just fucking, like, stupid. It's just dumb. Here we go. Another mask, see?
Oh.
And this is the fastest way to move, by the way, on ice, as far as I know. Is just sliding over and over again.
And it feels a lot more satisfying in the original.
Yeah. Well, in the original, it was still neutral slide spinning.
That's
which
really
is,
dumb, by the
absent
way,
from this game.
that you can't get the gem without, like, completing the stage here.
Yeah.
Ooh. Also, is it me, or do the crushers that are, like, stationary until you move under them, they come down faster in this,
They do.
in this level?
It's really nerve-wracking.
It's like that for all the death routes. They're faster. And that was the same on PS1.
I mean, for the level
Here's
in
something
general.
weird. Check this out. I don't know if that they intended for you to do it this way, but I mean, obviously they had to because that's the way you beat it. But it's still playing the death route music. So here's just like, I guess, a good example of this game's lack of
I think
polish.
it's just a bug.
You know, like it just has to have been a bug. You know,
I don't think that's ever happened to me.
that happened to me every time I did this level.
You know, it would probably reset if you died.
Yeah, probably.
Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy trash.
Of course, Trilla Trash. That's the guy that loves Vicky Winters. That came up with that spicy meat. Here's one thing that's great about the remake as opposed to the original, is...
No Vicky Winners?
what is it? Yeah, no Vicky Winters, obviously, but then also, you know... Because I've seen, like, speedruns of Crash 2, and something that they'll constantly tell you is... if it's not on screen, it didn't happen, meaning, you know... Like, if something isn't happening, like, on the screen exactly, like, it's not being loaded. So, say there's a Nitro right next to a regular box, you know, there's a Nitro crate right next to a regular box, and then you hit the Nitro, you know, like, the crate that explodes all of the Nitros, you know, that one, only that Nitro disappears. It's just the Nitro, like, despawns, and then it's added to, you know, your crate total, basically. But in this, it's actually treated like the Nitro explodes, you know, or that's what I can tell anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say you skipped that one box that was in that little tight corner.
If I was playing on PS1, that box would not have added to my total. I actually need to go and break the box. Or I need to run all the way back, which is impossible because you can't, you know, like, go back up because you fall down at the end. I would need to go all the way back and go to where that Nitro is. For it to load and register, okay, that box has been destroyed. Very strange. Anyway, here we are doing this level again, now doing the secret. Which is a shame, because it's kind of redundant. But, you know, like, I guess that's the consequence of me doing it no deaths. No deaths.
I mean, they could have just had it so you could get the gem and then go back. For some reason, you have to fall down that pit to get the gem, which is kind of dumb. I don't know if we mentioned this before, but they also made the red gem, like, you can't get it, like, early using that exploit.
Which is fine. It's weird, though, because death warping is still a thing. Like, you don't see it in this footage because I've done it with no deaths. But you can, like, say you grab a gem and then die, you keep that gem.
Yeah.
So there are certain levels where it's, greatly advantageous to just get, like, for speedrunning it's really true, just get the gem and then die as fast as possible. Like, in Crash 2 and Turtle Woods, for example, the common way to do it is go through the level without getting any boxes, get the blue gem, then kill yourself, and go back and then get all the boxes.
Yeah.
So then you can leave the level with all 3 gems. So the way you would do it is you would complete this, you would get the gem and then you'd die.
But then you lose all your masks.
Yeah.
Unless you don't hit any of the checkpoints. In which case you just restart the level and can get back all your masks regularly.
I remember one time I did that, like I did the death route and then I died like somewhere over here. Got very like annoyed.
You survive the death route and then die in the regular level.
Yeah, the like piss easy one.
Yeah, because the rest of this level's like easy. It's just that death
for the most part.
That's so
the
infamous.
part after the death route is actually pretty hard too. Like when you do the death route and then come back, and there's the part with the penguins and like like that area. That area is actually kind of hard. This level is like the most troll level in this game. See, like there's a like alignment of crates just like that on on the level before it, Road to Ruin. This is Ruination. And in Road to Ruin, there's like those 4 boxes, and then another one in front of it. And on this, it's the 4 boxes, and then there's a nitro in front of it. And there's an even more troll part coming up too, which is pretty funny. I like that. Like this level's like the troll level. Like this right here.
They're all
I just showed off
nitros.
because I'm a pro. Yeah, they're all nitros. Because before there was a layout just like that, except it was regular boxes. It's fake news right there.
They're trying to fuck with you. I like how you can see Cortex's castle from the first game. In the background.
Yo, what's up? That's cool. I didn't even notice that until now.
Yeah. That was in the original, except I think it was harder to see.
Yeah, obviously the low resolution.
Damn polygons.
Gold dang it. It's easy to, like, fall off and die in the back over there, I feel like, for some reason. Like, I had that problem both on PS1 and in this. I don't know why. Look at that, I'm a pro.
I feel like here I fucked up once. Because I didn't destroy, yeah. Just fucking missed the unbreakable boxes.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I bet you did that, like, the normal way, too, right?
Uh-huh.
Those boxes? Yeah, genius. Idiot.
Told you,
Retard.
I'm not that bright.
Yeah, I could tell. I'm just a virgin with rage,
Oh yeah, I'm a virgin with rage.
So basically,
I like, anyway.
So,
Let's not talk about that now. We got some Crash shit to talk about.
No, let's
What do you
not.
think of, what is it? These levels were whack. That's all I can say. This shit, I feel like, with, like, the flame, like, the tikis, like, they're very hard to avoid. Like, harder than they were before.
Their
Like, I don't know if it's, like,
hitboxes
the
are
time-
pretty big.
Hitboxes.
The fire
But
hitboxes.
the Crusades. Yeah, but hitboxes.
Also, this
you know?
shit's weird. These rotating pillars.
There was an animation where Crash is nervous and he looks like he's about to slip off, and it's not present in this. He just stands there.
Yeah.
He's just standing there menacingly.
Triller trash.
That's right.
Get out of there, Crash.
Yeah, we got nitros
Felt like that was always hard to get for me.
on this. I didn't have that much of an issue on PS1.
No, in PS1 I had an issue getting it. I don't know why.
Well, you're just dumb. You're just stupid.
Okay.
Okay, you're just mean. Just stop being so mean. Okay, you're so mean.
Why is it so mean?
Paul, what useful shit have you got to say?
Fart.
I see.
Very good.
I remember, like, this level looked like, in the initial, like, footage released from this game, which I didn't follow this game at all. Like, I only cared about this game after it was released. Like, I didn't follow anything of that game before it was released. Because, like, I just don't care. Like, I don't like to buy into the hype for that kind of shit. I just, like, I don't care, you know? Like, same with the Spyro remake. Like, I saw the trailer, it looks really cool, and I don't want to look at any shit until the game comes out. Like, I don't care about any of it. Also, I'm gonna wait, like, a week before I actually play the game. Because wasn't this game, like, a piece of shit day one? Like, weren't there so many bugs and shit?
No.
I thought so. Weren't there, like, I remember seeing, like, some videos that were, like, you know, showing off, like, glitches that were found day one, and then a patch was released. You know?
Was there? I don't remember them releasing any patches.
Yeah, they did, like, early on. I guess
but
maybe
they just made an article saying, get good.
Yeah,
no,
they didn't wanna...
I'm not talking about, like, those people that were like, this game is hard, it's like Dark Souls. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, like, there were, like, actual bugs, like, problems with the game. You know, like, actual glitches, like, visual glitches and otherwise.
I don't remember that being the case.
I don't know. Let me see.
Yeah, no, people were complaining about the, how wonky the hitboxes were. And their response was just like, oh, well, you just need to get better.
These hitboxes are all wrong. And Vicarious Vision is just like, okay.
We're not actually going to fix it.
XD.
No, we'll just put a Spyro trailer in.
Oh yeah, that was lame.
Behaving.
It's just the trailer that you get in Spyro 3. I mean, in the remake.
Well, maybe once the
I could have
game's out,
sworn
they'll
there
put the
were
demo in.
like patches for like bugs and shit. I don't know. I guess I'm just dumb.
Were there
Yes, you are.
were there really any bugs for this game?
I mean, there are bugs now.
Nothing that's like,
Nothing game breaking.
yeah.
I don't know. Either way, I don't ever like playing games on day one nowadays because it seems like common practice for like developers to just make games like buggy pieces of shit. Unless they have like betas. Like if they have betas, then like, you know, they've gone through the test. You know? Like that's the only shit I trust. Like if they don't have like open betas, then it's like, you know, it's fucking dog shit.
If you're a AAA game studio, then yeah.
Yeah, like, they don't give a shit. They'll just release games broken and then just patch them later. So, like, I'm not gonna play that game day one. Like, I didn't buy into any of the hype with this game. I just waited for it to come out, and then I played it then. Like, I played it, like, after it came out, actually, as well. So...
Most small team devs put a lot of work into making sure there are as few glitches and bugs as possible in their games. Which I can respect.
Here's an example of where a death warp would be really helpful, is that after you get that purple gem, which they foolishly put in the beginning of the death route, you just die. And that's it.
Yeah, that was...
It's funny, because this is, like, one of the hardest ones. This is, like, the hardest fucking route. Like, it's one of them, anyway. You know? And you just don't have to do it. You can just skip it.
This challenge they made for you.
Yeah, look
exactly. You don't have to do any of this.
Look at this entire level that they made that you don't even have to play.
That platform's useless. I just realized, why the fuck is that there?
They just want to mess with you.
Hold on, I just want to look at you. See, there's no boxes here. For some reason, there's a bonus platform at the end. It doesn't bring you to the bonus round, it just brings you back to where you were.
It's a very interesting weapon he was holding. Looks like a blunderbuss, but loads like a fucking Winchester.
Double Dutch bus.
Or lever action.
Yeah. Because you're a big boy and you know all about them guns, right?
Shh, 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 shh. Don't tell them about
Right?
the vault. Don't tell them about the stash in my basement.
Perv. Anyway. Getting back to the fucking video game. This is a fun little game we got going on right here.
That's an interesting way to start.
I love all the B-level music. The
Yeah,
bonus, the death route, and the normal song.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
OGM.
Yeah, this part in particular can kind of fuck you, with the nitros bouncing.
Didn't have that much of an issue with this part, if I remember. Like, see, I didn't have a problem there. That was like my first attempt.
I think I died to that once before.
Strange. I never had that issue.
Like, the bouncing box up into the air, like, stopped me mid-jump.
Oh, like you jumped and like couldn't jump high enough to reach like the box that it bounced up?
I don't remember.
Interesting. Yeah, but I just hope that the Spyro remake will be good. I'm not gonna play it day one, and I don't follow any of the hype because I'm edgy. I'm my own man. I'm a real individual, you know.
I think if it's been in development, like, at the
For
same
very
time
long,
this
it'll
was
probably be
in
good.
development, then it should be fine.
It's been in
Yeah.
development a year longer than Insane.
Yeah, it should hopefully be fine, but I don't know. I don't trust it. I'm gonna wait a week.
I am kind of wondering why they
See
went
if
with
any
a
patches come
completely
out.
different company, though.
Toys for Bob.
Yeah, it's
Like
like,
history with Spyro now thanks to Skylanders.
is that the
Who's
reason?
Bob, and why does he deserve so many toys?
Well, either that, but Vicarious Visions was busy with Crash.
Is being masterminded by Dr. Nitrous Brio, the inventor of the Evolvo Ray. Brio
Interesting.
was
That was like weird. Like Crash 2 had like the most story shit that goes on.
in the past.
If you could, you know, as though Crash had like a really deep story, you know.
And he's at it again.
Yeah, they try and make it seem like Cortex is a good guy, but it's very obvious.
I mean, it's in the fucking title.
Deliver the crystals to Engine.
They cut out the use the platform,
Yeah, use the platform.
which makes me think this was like done very close to release.
Yeah. Like perhaps you'd like accessed it the original way.
Yeah. Also, this
They added animation of him throwing the Wumpa, but it looks really weird.
this song's really amazing, by the
I had
way.
a hard time throwing the Wumpa engine in this version.
You have a hard time or not?
A harder time.
It wasn't any easier or harder. It felt identical to me. Avoiding those lasers was the hardest part for me.
The lasers and the Stage 2 rockets usually
Ones that go
fucked
across
me.
the screen.
Yeah.
Like that one was really close. If you saw that, like
I think I remember the first time I played this boss, the final stage, like, got me the very first try.
the very first laser.
Because he just, like, comes straight up and lasers you. And I wasn't prepared.
You talk about like the PS1 or this version.
In the PS1 version.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. He's just like up. He shows up right in front of you and is like, "Boy," he hits you with those lasers.
By the way, the laser looks really shitty in this version.
The green laser?
Yeah,
I don't remember. how it
like,
looks.
the PS1 laser had a really cool explosion animation to it.
PS1 also had all the coolest sounds.
Yeah. The sounds it makes when it bounces off him.
No, like the lasers and shit, and like just explosion sound effects. They're cool.
Even the rocket's numbered O2.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff right here, boys. Don't you agree? Let me see this laser. Yeah, it does look not that good.
Yeah. It turns the platform green. That's it.
Which is weird.
And then it falls.
Yeah, why? That looks really weird now you mentioned that. That takes way less hits.
I'll say they removed his dialogue.
Yeah, that's really weird. Like, that's the one thing, is that for the most part they added shit. Like, they added, like, dialogue. Like, Dr. Cortex will be most displeased. Like, that whole section. They removed all that.
Same thing
Like,
goes for
the
Dingo
most
Dial's
part,
boss.
Yeah, for the most part, they added dialogue. But, for some of the remake, like, for some of the levels, they took it out.
What is your
Which I don't understand. It's like, why? That was really cool. I like that shit,
ask you again to bring me the crystals.
Trying to think of another one.
5 crystals.
Oh yeah, Crash 3 engine as well.
Bring them to me.
He goes like, not again! But he doesn't. In this. He just, like, evaporates.
Resigned to his fate.
Yeah.
I had a hard time with these levels.
Which fucking sucks, because it was like, that was like really cool. I like that, like, little dialogue, Like, in Crash 2, it was kind of weird and kind of out of place where he's like, prepare to die, Crash. Like, that was weird.
Yeah.
But, so, like, I'm fine with that being removed. But in Crash 3, it was really cool, where he goes, not again, like, that's so cool. It's like, oh shit, I don't know why, I just like that a lot, and for some reason, they just took it out. And then Dingo Dial, does he say anything? Like, or not?
He's like,
He
you
doesn't?
thrashed me, mate.
Yeah, but does he say anything now?
No.
No.
Why? That's really weird. And Trippy still says his shit, right?
Yes.
Like, my time is up, but soon yours will be too. That's really weird. I wonder why. Like, did they just fucking forget? Like, they spent time adding in these useless Easter eggs, like the audience throws cheese at you. Just like, okay, fine, like, whatever. But like, why do you remove the cool shit? That's like that little weird shit like that, which is why I prefer the PS1 version, It's just like, it feels more complete. It's just like there's areas where it's like, okay, like, that doesn't add up. By the way, fuck this shit. These stupid, like... This level, this right here, is fucking broken.
It took me the longest time to figure out you can just spin dash the little shrink ray things.
What do you mean spin dash?
You can just spin them, and you won't shrink.
You can?
Yes.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Well,
Fuck
that could have
off.
helped me even young sooner.
Yeah, like there's so
Fuck
many.
off.
There's so
no.
many instances where it's near like impossible to avoid getting hit by them, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Oh my god, I had no idea.
Yeah. And so I tested it, and it was like, oh, you can just spin them.
Was that always intended?
I don't
Has
know.
to have been, because I feel like there are areas where it's like almost impossible to avoid.
Yeah.
Like I know, like with the barrels on Road to Ruin, it's like really hard to avoid some. Like you can spin those, but I don't know if it was intended. Like maybe it's the same thing. That's really weird because you'll see I don't do that. I just avoid them.
Yeah.
It fucking sucks.
There's no like indication that you can spin those.
Yeah, because normally spinning things like that results in death. Like it's really weird. Hitboxes, if we're going to talk about hitboxes on those little, like, enemies that, they have the claws that open and close, those are really weird.
It's pretty noticeable in the, I don't know if it's this death route. I think it's the gem routes in the second version of this level.
Yeah, it's spaced out.
Or, like, you have to time your jumps between when they raise up and down.
See, like that, I just avoided them. It's really funny, you could just, like, spin them.
Yeah.
Also, if you notice, the camera angle is really weird right now. I don't know why that is. Why it's, like, higher up. I think that, like, had to do with me backtracking. Very strange. We're watching, like, currently the way that we've recorded this is I've already, like, recorded all of the footage, obviously. And now we're watching it back on a site called Sync Video. Shout out to Sync Video. And it creates random usernames. But then you could also assign them yourself. So I'm El Doggo Supreme. Paul is Darkside Paul. And Andrew, you just have the random assigned name. You're Panoramic Emperor Tamarin.
Yeah, I didn't choose my own name.
That's nice.
I didn't choose a funny mean name.
You're not
boring.
El Doggo Supreme. You see, there's an example where that shit's really hard to avoid. Thankfully, you can do glitched high jumps very easy. Like, I don't know if they brought that back, you know. Because what would happen is, on PS1, you had to be very fast. But if you slide, jump, and then spin, you'll jump higher. But, for some reason, like, on this, it's really easy to do now. Like, slide, jump, spin, you know?
Ooh.
But yeah, you had to slide, jump, and then spin. You had to do it very fast.
I like how there's now just a little changing room. As opposed to, like, you just put the jetpack on.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was neat.
Sounds super.
Yeah, it's a nice little, like, addition. You know, like, there's little stuff that they changed and I like. And there's also just pointless things, you know?
I do like how you
This
can
shit
see
is
his eyes through the goggles now.
Can you?
Yeah, you
I don't even
can.
notice this shit. Oh yeah, you can. How about that? That's cute. I've always had trouble with these levels. I feel like they're like annoyingly precise, you know?
I think in the original, the controls were inverted.
Yeah, and you can invert them in this. They give you the option, which
Yeah.
is good. Because I prefer to play it inverted. Like, I normally don't like inverted controls, but I'm just playing, you know, like, faithful to the original. I'm such a pro, I don't even go for lives. Isn't that awesome?
I mean, I don't know what your life counter's at now.
I think it's like 99 or something
Yeah.
like that, or just like it's very high, so...
Pretty pointless at that point.
One thing I like is that those little lab enemies, you can like just you could keep moving forward and just spin them over and over again. Like, you don't have to wait for them. I think that was done for the, you know, like the ease of time trials. In the North American version of Crash 2, you couldn't do that. Like, you spun them and then they'd be like invulnerable. You know, like they'd have like slight invulnerability, and that would last until, you know, like they started doing the shocking attack again. So you had to just wait each time. I think I might be getting that wrong, but I think that's how it worked.
Those guys were in Crash 1. The
Yeah,
shocking
those-
dudes.
Yeah, but now they got jetpacks too.
Aren't they
A
like
jetpack here, a jetpack there.
Aren't they like cyborgs in this game?
Yeah.
Or was it in the first game when they looked like a cyborg?
In Crash 1, they were just standing there and they just like were, you know, had like they were just randomly
this-
like, you know.
This guy's like a cyborg. He's got a
Yeah.
half metal face.
Yeah, in Crash 1 it wasn't like that. In Crash 1 they were just you know, they were just sort of like
Those guys.
they would just stand there and just like their hands would just become electric randomly. Yeah, but see how you can spin into those guys just like over and over again? That was, I think, added in this for the ease of you know, time trials, which is good because you couldn't do that in the original. On the PAL version, you could actually just clip through them, which is really weird. Which is why the PAL, one of the reasons that version was superior for speedrunning. Just an interesting little tidbit. There's another example of how, you know, like things being loaded when they're not on screen is helpful because you like. Even though the original didn't have time trials, if it did, you wouldn't be able to do that. Like, if you spun a Nitro, you know, that wouldn't blow up, you know, time crates next to them. But in this, it actually works. So there's like a 3-second crate surrounded by Nitros, so I just used the explosion, the Nitro, you know, like, detonation crate to hit it, rather than going out of my way to try and get it. So that's pretty helpful. Those guys, like... It's weird how that works, that little, the little lightning bug. It's like... I feel like they last really short.
This is definitely a step up because of the lighting engine.
Yeah, it's actually possible to see, like, when you don't have any light.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard, but you can see. You have to look very close, though.
Which I think is nice, as opposed to, like, not being able to see jack shit.
Especially for this level, because this is another backtracking one.
I don't think I bothered backtracking. I think I actually just do this level twice.
Call yourself a speedrunner.
I'm not a I don't speedrun this game. I mean, I do a race. Like, I did a race of this game one time with Paul. Remember, Paul, you got really salty? That's something I discovered about you, is that you were a Salt Lord. I think I talk about that in part 1, actually. You were like, I'm trying so hard to hit these damn blobs that Nitrous Brio's hitting at me. You're getting very angry. Because we were racing and we both got fucked by Brio.
I would really prefer you would be quiet.
No. You could get fucked. That was how it was funny, though. That was weird. Why'd he die? Don't matter. Doesn't matter, had sex XD.
None of this matters.
We're all gonna die. Anyway, getting back to this game. This level's whack as fuck.
It's weird that they go for this as like an endgame level.
But yeah, here's an example of how the lighting helps. Like, you know, you could see where those gaps are. You wouldn't be able to on PS1.
It's very helpful. The last level of Crash 3 is a
funny
bug light level.
It's funny because you're lagging on Skype. People won't be able to hear it in the recording. But you're like, bug light, Paul, do you hear that shit?
I'm lagging on Skype?
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, then I guess it's just me.
Yeah, it's just
but
you.
you
It's
sounded
just
like
you,
really
Michael.
You sound like really laggy to me. But I mean, like, it's fine because people won't hear it in the recording. Because everyone's recording their own audio. Strengthen the individual. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never done this before.
Start over, okay? I want to record it at the exact time we start.
I hope nothing fucks up.
Fuck me in the butt. Yeah, but me and Paul did a Crash 1 race. We did 2, and I won both of them. And he was like, "These damn blobs." Getting very mad.
Oh, dude, I want to do a Crash 1 race at some point.
That'd be fun. I'll challenge you to Crash 1 race.
I don't mean to brag, but I'm pretty good at Crash 1.
On what, PS1 or PS4?
Both. Both. I'm a pro at both.
When it comes to Crash on PS1, I'm pretty good at that. I mean, I don't know like any of like the zigzagging shit, you know, like all the stuff they do for speedruns, but for, you know, PS4, like, I'm actually pretty quick with that game, even though I don't like it that much.
PS1, it might be tough for me because I haven't played the PS1 version in a while.
PS4 version, I do feel like is easier to just like pick up, like, you know. Like, Crash 1's a game I kind of want to take my time with when I play it, you know?
Just by its design, yeah, it's easier to pick up. And yet, people still had a lot of trouble with it.
On PS4?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, the game does have problems on PS4. Like, there are levels that are just fucking hard for no reason, like the High Road and Road to Nowhere. It's like, they're so hard on Remake, and they were not hard at all. On PS1, they were easy. I mean, like, relatively easy, you know? Like, they were not nearly as hard. You know, because I feel like there are areas in the remake where it's harder than the original, but, like, not, like, you know, by design. Like, by, like, just, like, problems with the game. You know what I mean?
They fixed that area in, Boulder Dash. The gem area. Remember?
How?
Like, the fucking depth perception down there made it really hard to jump over those pits.
Oh, yeah.
And I think they fixed that in the original by, like, either reworking the camera angle or putting little tiles before the pit.
Huh. Boulder Dash from Crash 1, right?
What was the second Boulder level called?
Boulder Dash.
Okay, yeah, it was Boulder Dash.
Like Boulder Dash. T.
XD.
That's right. Yeah. You let me get a little bit of T.
Can I get an XD?
I like the little lighting in here. Looks cute. You know, the little area. Looks nice.
I like the sound the door makes when it opens.
It makes a sound.
Yes.
Yeah, how about that? I like all the little details. It's nice, you know? Like,
Yeah.
but I feel like there's so much shit going on, you know? Like, with Crash, like, I really like Crash 1. I just like seeing, like, the very little details, you know? Like, I like, remember in Crash 1, just playing that game and, like, looking at the background. I do the same in Crash 2. Like, I like the little trees, you know, in the forest levels and shit. It's nice. It's nice stuff. That's, like, what Crash is to me. It's not, like, super engaging and intense and really difficult. Like, I think when the game tries to be like that, like all the death trap shit, like, I think that's when the game, like, you know, is bad. When it's good, it's just, like, you know, nice, relaxing, just, you know, like, oh, check out the scenery, you know, just, you know, break boxes and pop bubble wrap, you know, that's the way I always looked at Crash. Like, I don't consider these games to be, like, technical marvels, you know, like, they're not truly great games the same way that Spyro's games are. That's just my opinion. Paulie D, you're like the biggest Crash boy out there.
That's right.
You like that little orange bastard, don't you? Remember when Coco, Crash lost the battery and she's like, ah, you fucking bastard. Remember that?
Oh yeah, that was a classic moment.
Yeah.
It's a shame we talked over
a rare
it when
moment
that
of
happened.
great voice acting from Vicky Winters. Ah, Crash, you fucking bastard!
Thankfully, Vicarious Visions realized how inappropriate that was, and
Yeah,
they got nice old Debbie Derryberry to say something nicer.
They got her to shitpost on Twitter.
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day! I don't like Cindy Vortex or nothing. Got a blast! Look at that platinum right there.
Just tell me, is this a good position for myself?
Okay, I'm not aware of this.
that one was creepy.
I'm not aware
wait.
of this shitpost thing.
Debbie Derryberry just, like, posted on Twitter, like, 2 times. She posted, on Valentine's Day, she, like, used, like, one of those, like, shitty apps that, like, puts your mouth over, like, you know, like, a picture. So she put her mouth over a picture, poorly over a picture of Jimmy Neutron. And she's like, Happy Valentine's Day! Gosh, I don't like Cindy Vortex or nothing. Got a blast! Because Debbie Derryberry, the voice of Coco, also does Jimmy Neutron. And then she did a voice of Coco as well. She did one where... And it was really weird because it was, like, one of those, like, face swap things, I guess, where she, like, you know, like, Coco, like, a picture of Coco, and her mouth was, like, moving to what she was saying, but, like, it looked really off and weird. It would look kind of creepy. But she was like, Hey, Crash, is this a good position for my selfie? She's a shitposting god. My boy Kyle.
She seems so
Okay,
fun to
Gubbins,
hang out
yeah.
with during voice acting sessions.
I know, what is it? Getting a little creepy over there. You know, should I give Vicky Winters a call? Paul? Should I do that for you? No, sorry. What is it? I know, what is it? I don't remember... What's his fucking name? I feel bad, I should know. Lemur Boy, if you remember him. I think, like, he met, Debbie Derryberry at one point. He had her say stuff. Because, like, his dad, like, does, like, a lot of work, like, in that field, I believe. I could be wrong. I might be butchering this, but this is what I remember. And she was like, oh no, it's a Ouija! You know, like, saying stuff like that. And I told him to have her say something, and I don't remember what it was. And I wish I did. We're gonna take a break between parts 2 and 3, and I'm gonna find out what I had her say. Because I want to hear it. Because it was really funny. Yeah, there you go. Check it out. Look at that.
Good
look at that skill. You
strike.
see that?
The
I
best
died
strike.
doing that one time.
Isn't there one where you can slide on the boxes? Or does that not work in this version?
That doesn't work in this.
Oh.
I don't think so. I couldn't try it. It was in I want to say Air Crash's bonus round or Plant Foods. It's one of those. You spin the crates and then it's 6 like question mark crates over 4 like bounce crates. And you spin the first 3 and then slide on the first 2 bounce crates and then do the same for the second pair. And it looks really stylish. They do it in speedruns. But in this, it doesn't work. You just have to do it... Or I don't think it does. I couldn't pull it off. You just have to do it the old-fashioned way. Like, this shit right here. That was, like...
Nice.
hard as fuck to do.
But if you knew
Can
that
you really
could
just
spin
fucking
the
spin those little
things,
beams?
you can.
That's really annoying. I'm like pissed off I didn't know that. I was gonna say, it's like, I remember doing that and like there's no fucking way I can do this. Like, it's impossible. I remember getting like really annoyed. And I realized like, oh, well now I realize, I should say, because I didn't realize. But you told me and I was saying, oh, okay. That makes sense.
Again, there's no
It's
indication.
not at all
that
obvious
you can...
though. There's no, yeah, like, why the fuck would I assume that I could do that? That's really dumb.
Blech.
Yeah, it's funny how he does that. It's pretty dramatic, Crash. God. I like that sound effect. Bow.
Yes! My plan is nearly complete.
Look at Kurt.
Oh wow, plot twist. He's actually the bad guy.
Bandicoot to thank for it.
I don't, here's the thing. I don't know if that was ever intended to be I don't know if that was ever intended to be like a plot twist.
It probably wasn't.
I think it was obvious from the start. I think Crash was just stupid. Or
Yeah.
I think Crash is just like...
I think
if
that's
you see,
the
he's
point.
just scratching his head. He's just like, huh?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's sort of like dramatic irony, where we, the audience, know what's going on, but the characters don't, you know? And I guess, like, part of, like, the comedy is the fact that, you know, there's her face going back to normal.
God,
Crash, don't let him
that's-
have the crystals!
That's so dumb.
Yes, well,
Don't let him have those crystals!
we're back now. Pardon the
Yeah, but it's like, it's just funny. I think it's kind of like that, and the comedy is like, they can't see, like, the blatant, like, obvious, like, you know, evil shit going on in front of them. It's kind of like the same thing that happens in Courage the Cowardly Dog, where it's like, Muriel and Eustace are just oblivious of the obviously evil shit that happens around them. By the way, if you look closely, you'll see those monitors with Cortex's shitty face on them. Look, see? Up top. Yeah, there it is.
What a great final boss this is.
Doomsday Zone much?
Only it had that music. Yeah, this final boss sucks. And they didn't change it.
The music's good,
Yeah.
but the actual boss itself is lackluster.
Oh come on, he just hit 2 mines there and it doesn't take away more health.
That'd be funny.
Fucking beater. A beater. And then
A
look,
beater.
for beating Kurtax, you unlock that. One thing I like is that they add little growlixes whenever characters, like... That looks really funny. Him spinning like that. Yeah, but they add little... They add...
I love this scene. The
Oh, that's really
crowd.
funny. See, look, she's like actually cute in this game.
It's adorable.
Unlike fucking... The Cortex Vortex. It's still up there.
It's still up there.
Sounds like fucking dog shit. Anyway, so that's it for like most of the shit in this game. But now we got relics,
Yeah.
Oh boy.
and this is basically gonna be like all of Part 3. Crash 2 is gonna be fucking relics. Relics.
Do you get like
And
a
I got all the
special?
golds.
Do you get a special extra percent?
Yeah, I don't remember what it is though. I didn't bother to check.
You just get an
fuck
extra
care.
2%.
Fuck off. What is it? I was gonna say that was really fast. Fuck off. That was like very fast. That was like frame 15.
It's like
right there.
Jimmy Carr.
Yeah, no. Fuck off. Fuck off and die. Obviously. Yeah. You say you got the British accent.
Gotta go
Fuck
fast.
Fuck off and die, obviously.
Say it again, because Andrew interrupted you.
Fuck off. Fuck off and die, obviously.
Thank you. Yeah, but anyway. I totally lost my train of thought. I had something I wanted to say, and
I have no train of thought.
It's just gone. I'll remember it for Part 3, hopefully.
I have trained.
Because yeah, I'm gay. Look at this, ready? Look at this platinum! Wow, look at that. Look at that shade of platinum. You see that platinum? That's a good platinum. M.
Wait a
There he
second. Are you sure that's platinum?
Yeah, I'm sure.